Matt Dunning, it's been a busy last 7 or 8 days since we last spoke. How do you reflect on those two games against Widnes and Featherstone as a whole?
Night and day in outcome. I thought if we go back to Widnes, I thought it was an outstanding 80-minute performance. Really worked hard, really dug in, really took care of minor details that gave us the big picture that we got, and walked away from from Norton Park there really happy and content with what we'd done that night. Recovered as well as we could and prepared as well as we could for the daunting task on Monday, and really competed for the first 15-20 minutes, and then, as we know, the class and the freshness of Featherstone shone through, and it was a tough night in the end.
Monday showed the difference between top of the table where we are at the minute, but Thursday showed just how good we can be as well. So when you see that improvement that's still to be made, on the back of really impressive display at Widnes, it's still promising signs. You know where we are, but there's still a lot more development to come that can be made as well.
Exactly right, yeah. We're a good rugby league team on us day. There's not many people going to go to Featherstone Rovers and come away with anything. If anybody, Lee went there and didn't come away with anything. So, they're a fantastic outfit. They're full and littered with quality, right throughout the squad. And on the back of that, they've got pace, power, and some real skill about them as well. So they're a really good rugby league team, and they put us to the sword in the end. I thought 2 or 3 of the tries could have gone the other way, and I thought the AJ Wallace one was a 50-50, which happens in rugby league. So I thought a couple of their tries could have been chalked off as no tries, but in the end we were soundly beaten by the better team, and challenge now is to get back on the horse as soon as we can, and then quickly find out how we can work our way up to being a Featherstone and a League. We all know that there's a budget issue in there, for the rest of the championship and them 2 clubs. But what can we do? What can we control that enables us to get as close to them as possible?
How difficult a task is it picking morale back up after such a high on Thursday to such a low straight afterwards? Is it an easy job? Are the players the type of group where they know the standards, they can pick themselves up?
Yeah, they are. And we said straight after the game on Monday night, there's nobody getting slung under any bus. I've said it since I took over into this role that I'm in now. There's a us against the world mentality at this place, and you walk around Tong and the people within Tong, they're the people that matter, and the people that work in the offices at Odsall, and anybody outside that, we're backs against the wall, and it's us against the world. So we'll put his arm around some individuals. There's some egos that'll need massaging as well, and repairing, and there's some bodies that are broken as well. So luckily this week we hope to be able to freshen it up with a couple of bodies, and and hopefully we see that enthusiasm and that hunger and that desire again to go again.
Looking ahead to Sunday, Sheffield, notably a really hard-working outfit. We know what you get from Mark Aston's side. So at the end of a really gruelling sort of 7-10 day period, it didn't really get any easier.
It doesn't, no, it doesn't. And Mark Aston's a great coach, and he's been in the game a long time. So we know what Sheffield will be about. They've got threats all over the field. But they're the same as us. They're going to be on the back end of a 3 games in 9 days. So hopefully we can look at their weaknesses, we can exploit their weaknesses, and we can tighten up our deficiencies from Monday.
Plastic pitch, wide pitch, a bit similar to Widnes in a way. You're looking for that same skill level, effort level, the minor details you mentioned. You're hoping to replicate what we saw last Thursday on Sunday. Yeah,
absolutely. If our skill and our attention to details is as good as it is, or it was on Thursday, then it'll put us in good stead. The pitch don't come into it really. It's a big green object, and we've got to play rugby on it. So there. So whether it's grass, whether it's synthetic, it doesn't really matter. It matters in people's heads if you allow it to. For us, we're just going to go play rugby on.
So what can you tell us about the 21-man squad that's going to make the trip down on Sunday?
Yeah, so we spoke before the Widnes game about how the next 3 games was going to take a real squad effort. So there'll be plenty of rotation wherever possible. We've got some bumps and bruises, and we're hoping to have some guys back that have been carrying bumps and bruises. We've got Brandon Pickersgill, who we've signed on loan, short-term loan, and hopefully we can make that longer term down the track. But that's that remains to be seen. So he'll come into the 21-man squad, and we should have some dual reg players as well available when the squad goes out tomorrow morning.
the likes of Rhys Evans, Danfleming, they've been named in the Welsh squad for the France international. Are they close to return to action? Is that some good news on the horizon?
Yeah, I still speak, with John, and I've had a good chat with John this week about the lads, and really keen to get them back into the setup and into the fold so they can experience that camaraderie with the teammates in the Welsh squad again. I'm a massive advocate for international rugby. As it happens, Rhys and Dan probably won't feature in the actual game against France, but we're more than happy to give them our blessing to join the squad and be part of the squad and the camaraderie leading into the World Cup.
Just finally, Sheffield on Sunday. After that, it's a free weekend for most of the squad. How beneficial will that be, given the grueling schedule, the bumps and bruises? We've only just had a weekend off. We've got another one, but see it be coming at the right time.
Yeah, well, as you know, we give the players the weekend off for the Challenge Cup final, which again, I'm a firm believer in. Most rugby league clubs should have the weekend off, and it's the pinnacle of our sporting calendar, isn't it, other than the grand final. So, yeah, they'll probably get another weekend off, if I'm honest. We'll. What the game has asked the part-time players to do, and it's not just our players, it's every part-time player. What they've asked these players to do over the last 9 days is a really tough exercise. You speak to any Super League player about the Easter programme, and then the following game after Easter. It's a tough thing to do, and I get the argument that these players are paid to play and they're paid to do this, but it doesn't help. It doesn't tell your body that it's right. No matter how much money they get, and the club, they've got to play 3 times in 9 days. You try asking your body to do that, it's a tough exercise. So we'll wrap them in cotton wool, we'll give them some time to rest and recover, and then it's a real exciting point of the season then, because we're at the mid point of the season, we turn the corner and we're into the back straight, and we'll have a clear focus on hopefully what's ahead of us.